What's up, everybody? Tonight I wrote on paper, and I don't think I've written on paper for like a year. I bought this another book here at Toronto Comic Con last winter. I wrote in it for a bit for that winter, and then I've written steadily on my computer since. One thing I noticed is that it's a lot different, at least for me, writing on paper versus computer. I feel like it's an entirely different thought process. For one thing, with a book you can't excuse me, you can't backspace. Like, you can't easily correct yourself. So I feel like for paper there's more of a need to commit. On the computer I can kind of swipe away ideas as if they never happened, but with paper you're taking up space and you can't get that space back. So is it more important to write more important, permanent things on paper? Or should I just go as if it doesn't matter? It's weird. Anyway, I figured tonight I would read what I wrote on paper, and then I've got a bit of stuff I can read electronically as well. So, the way my writing process generally works is I tend to kind of like write a line, or I'll write, a piece of a poem, and it might sit for a while and not get used, but eventually I'll add to it or combine it into something else. So I generally don't have, chunks of writing that I write and then boom, it's done, it's a poem. So this is, the first time I've really read anything, at least in these videos, that's been raw. So no title, no editing, which I edit a lot. Not a bad thing, it's just dependent on how you like to write. So here we go. In the absence of deeper end. Sorry, I screwed that up. In the absence of deep ends, submerge in the shallow. Impact the fate of another. You don't believe in that predetermination. You make casual connections in a style of play, but really this happened from separate purpose. Look at this sitting in the back of this concrete fire, chittering abstract goals and the slander of self-image. A plumaged scatter of receding care lines, accents of plastic tape, branded with the sounds of long gone time. How eager can you be to be others' expectations? What will you remember? What do you replace with blackouts? And the camera takes all you have. Snapped like a jet-lagged twig of mind. A mud slick of slipped feet dangling off the nerve of lost teeth, sealed with a kiss of split lips. So that's what I wrote tonight. And who knows, I might take a line from a piece of that, make a poem. Another line might come out another poem. It's kind of like roots, I get one little line, and then that line might grow into several other poems. It's neat. That's how I like to do it. So, now I'll read the final of 4 recent collections of poetry that I wrote over this early winter. Since I started making these videos, I haven't written a lot. I've been focusing on presentation and speaking poetry and really trying to figure out how to do it. Because it's not easy. And I feel like it's very easy for me to not necessarily be a monotone speaker, but have a monotone presentation in full. You know, if there's a line with a question mark at the end, I tend to read it the same every time. I'll have the same tone, the same sound. And I'm really trying to find, new ways. So, this little collection was called Do Not Enter. And it was a mixture of automatic writing, self-reflection, and the usual stuff. The first poem is called Then and There. Maybe there are corrections to make. Can't turn back like that, but don't you wish? And I can hear my disbelievers' prayers scratching at the night sky like they're buried, wanting out. And what is left, before you know it, if it's tired, put it out. We all want to be admired. Does that make us selfish? I swear I walk right through skin, bone, and concrete. Maybe I have something to take from this. But I think too much already, and have pages of unwritten rules torn from a harsh narrative. Dance in the light that's left. Don't stop when it's dark. You'll feel good for it. If it's tired, tell it to rest. So this next one's called Last Known Whereabouts, and it's a big chunk of automatic writing. So I hope I don't screw it up. Anyway, how can a trivia discussion not produce a damaging response? Calculate all misgivings in the pardon of examining depending on the time we clock the rabbits in the storm of marrows. Fledgling capus casing remnants in the hardest dime. Retinal eternity foreclosure. Cannon streams, gut song, brain brand, casual sauce. Inaudible capillary signal tractor laser incandescent fromage. Passenger plane kite string castle blackjack drool. Purple crane enraging upon the laxative saxophone brouhaha. Marooned inside the lake of my shallow thoughts. Pendant on the line for a gamble with guaranteed draw. Misconceived alphabet trauma, underrated like the raccoon shovel pit. In blame we find a carving kin to our features that we can't take back. Making a list of all the carrots we have chased, and our speed remains the same. Telephone game sent to the bridge of dispose, meaning return with a dead dial tone. Run away with a cooler sensation reaching down your back like untrimmed fingernails. A feeling that can't be forgotten, like the pulse of our own hearts reverberating throughout chest bones. Don't let it dominate your every move. Perishing with the sound of our hatred is a repeating candy, mixing a troubled core with a dribble of long-lost regrets. I am no man. I am no. I walk and move with the substance of a human, but I do not know what I am. It is my nature to be mechanical in my thoughts. What we live without may be a part of us. I do not cancel out the noise that daggers my ease. From the bottom of me comes the bile of which brings the bad taste I have struggled to keep there. There is no privacy in this game I must play. My mind is for sale. My hands want to be used. I wrap around the cord to confuse it. I apply question marks where there should be a semicolon. I must stop looking. My eyes have caused me so much goddamn trouble. No, not my eyes. My eyes are innocent. It's what they connect to that forces their direction. There are no results. It doesn't seem to connect for me that I could avoid every crooked pair of footprints. What do my roots inject themselves into? The contents of the ground seem too rough to be my food. I can barely drink from its grasp. I try to cauterize my cocoon because I always try to be the next step before my body is ready. Within that casket of my former self, its swirling transformation is nothing but a gurgled echo. The blister at the edges of my tendrils are popping with little resistance. Coronary reluctance, as the author of a sorority quail. Dystrophy relaxes otherwise. With a point to make, there is always a partner argument. I yearn to be pointless, yet I want for things to mean something. If I could believe, what would I choose? There are dance steps for this, but I have not learned them. I would sprain myself in an attempt. With your eyes, I would not see differently. With your mind, I would be replaced. That is the most authentic nightmare. Imagine if you could never get back. The mutual feeling of being a balloon, yet in the mist of morning you pop and are discovered by a dog's piss flooding the sidewalk. Without wrinkles to prove your age. Without a visible heart to prove what you have to offer. So much invisibility. There is no value at face, yet we bet all of our chips every time and lose every time. Clearly we are not strategists. Strategists know when to quit. And while I am quieter, you are heard no more loudly. You never spoke. Tangled in a showroom of trespassing hecklers. Where would you be if you could be reborn? Pick your region. Who would you be if you could simply choose? You thought you had? We cannot assemble. Yes, we can. There is no recommendation that we need to consider a single other soul. That is probably a lie, yet there is no truth. Never has been. This is a miscalculation. A burnout. Wrapping paper over a stale breath. That's the end of that one. Excuse me 1 second, my cat wants in. Okay. Need a drinky poo. This one's called Give Me What I Need. I woke up today. Gravity was a mess. I reached for the clouds as they scraped across the cement, and all the people ignored it like a yellow light. In the middle of this intersection, the painted lines start to float, and I almost wear the traffic. I wait until the environment settles. The air feels like agitated carbonation. It's about to burst. I don't remember growing up like this. The ground was uncrackable, and the sky was out of mind. The weather felt nice, and there were places to just go. Give me what I need. Give me what I need. Not back, but forward into similar things. Alright, another big long one. And I did read some before. I've probably read a few of these in some of the individual poem videos I made, but it's nice to do them all as one set as they were written. So, Whispered Smoke. When my clones bite, I'm off the hook. Tablets of returned shopping carts plasma pulse their way to the nearest subway. I am a taxidermist. Playing with gentle mist as volcanoes rain sublime dirt into alligator throats. Pass me the next hub. Which is the banging, hindered rectangle pointed in the crossword mandible, inching toward a stationary key packed into pianos at a rascal leap? Won't come running down. Instantly devoured as if buffet was free. I can't flex in the space of a Pop-Tart. Willingly. Yes, willingly. I have spoken of trapdoor cashews. Wicked little spiders. Helping hand to a cutlass passenger swing. Dimple medicine. Working in the late alley, porcupine handsling encourages all the palpable trots. Do not enter. In case you were wondering... No, wait, I better not. Here we are again, feeling my antenna. Whoa, you got a little too comfortable. Are you imagining me? I think you're wearing the wrong shoes. Every decimal counts. There is no cobblestone turkey neck. I am open to exploring whatever this problem may be. Help me draw the line from one end of a risk to the end of taboo. Don't look with me. Be my eyes. Beautiful eyes. When you've done being cut, don't return the address. Treading all over a slimy cloud, we have bagged and sealed the rolling paper. Don't examine. Wobbling into banished mirrors. I have stolen. I have stolen, but you can't arrest me. There are places I've never been, but they are not here. Won't that be a butterscotch? Ample supplies of drip-dried carrots pulling at the onions of my soul. Withering platoons of salad forks come crumbling. Oh no, I lost my place. Oh no. There we are, into a breadcrumb buttered up. Delete my colons. Why have you bootstrapped me? There's no meaning in that. I have followed you as you figured out your family, leaving them wondering about you. We have gone way too far out, and the lifeguards are lazy, trampling the eggs that have left their nest before they can walk. Excuse me. Do we feel criminal? The last time I felt guilt, I had different morals. Sure, that made a splash. What doesn't? Plenty of things. You know this. You have my hands. You hold them. You look at their lines and wonder how they form this way. You are a skyscraper, but only to you and I. Someone knocked on my door, but I'm too far into this video to just restart it. I apologize. Thermometers aren't real. When I have become truly calm, I start to believe in things. When I stub myself on my existence, I scream with every ounce of myself. Projection screens run unoperated for eternity. What you see on them doesn't credit you, but it's your life. Do you think that's fair? Fairness is the oasis of the clean. Why did I ever come here? There is no path. A choice was made that means nothing. Like you, when I sleep, I'm free. We don't do the things we want. We barely know. We don't have enough time to know. And we are drenched from head to toe in ifs. I have to thank you for what you show me. Mirrors swirling into emptiness like flushed toilets. Glass spiraling unbroken into suction chaos. I am glad I can unbe. What are these lands? Why do we build so far apart? Alright, we got through that one. Almost unscathed. This one's called Seeds of the Compass Rose. A weird title, I don't get it. I hear all the good vibes and know the way. But what's a map when the sails are tattered? Hand me the needle and thread. Just push it into reach so I can claim myself again. It's a good wind this morning. It could push me all the way. Did I plug that leak better than a jury rig? Captain, crew, and navigator. They don't pay me enough. Scooping buckets of water, tossing them over the side. I called land ho as the sun went down. I was this close. This one's called Same Old Road. In the moonlit cold, my breath is a life sign. Like a smoke signal of gibberish, I call out. Will I get an answer? Will you read my mind? Will I get an answer? Am I insane by repeating the same mistake? I know how I waste my time. But time, I've had plenty of it to myself. In the moonlit cold, I warm my heart by striking the sulfur inside. And the snow melts from inside to out. And I know I don't need that Q&A. So, that's all the poems I got. I had that writing club last week. One person showed up, but to be honest, that's one more than I was expecting. And it's not a matter of disappointment. It was early. I had only advertised a week before it, and I don't think this is a big town for stuff like this. And to be quite honest, I was very happy to have that one person. Just one other writer to talk to is great. But I am expecting a better turnout this coming Wednesday based on people saying they're coming. So as long as that happens, should be good. There's a lot of conversations about writing I want to have that I've been waiting to have for a long time. And, you know, might get some performances in, you know, people might read. We can talk about how we're going to accept feedback as a group. And that's being based on group design, so, you know, we find out what everyone's comfort levels are. If people would like to just perform without receiving feedback, that's fine too. I want this group to be tailored right down to each member, as possible as can be. What else about the group? Oh yeah, the one person who came, he's a journalist at the school, and he works with the, I guess like a publication news channel. They do like a website, they have a paper, and they also do a bit on the radio. So Joseph, who showed up, did an article and a radio bit on the club, and that radio bit got us one new member, so that's awesome. Right, kitty? Anyway, this video is probably dragging on, so I'll cut it short. Well, not short. I'll just cut it where it is. And see you guys next time.